Today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the NECA Toys Terminator 2 Judgment Day Sarah Connor. Would we even class these as ultimate figures anymore? It seems NECA is now releasing a lot of their figures in these boxed treatments. Sarah Connor, I can certainly say for myself, I've been extremely looking forward to the day that NECA would finally give us a Sarah Connor that can go along with the Kyle Reese and the numerous Terminators that we've gotten in the past. Now granted, Kyle Reese obviously would have been from Terminator 1, or if you really want to look at it this way too, he was also in the director's cut of Terminator 2 where he made a brief appearance. On the front is Sarah Connor, portrayed by Linda Hamilton, working on her, I believe that is an M16, I could be wrong. The box art very similar to the color scheme and obviously the font very similar to the Terminator 2 movie. Side of the box, we've got Terminator 2 from NECA. And on the back, a read-up says, 3 billion human lives ended on August 29th, 1997. The few who survived the nuclear fire of Judgment Day lived only to face a new nightmare, the war against the machines. In their effort to eliminate all remaining humans, Skynet set 2 Terminators back through time. Their mission to destroy John Connor, the future leader of the human resistance. The first was programmed to strike at his mother Sarah Connor in the year 1984 before John was born. It failed. The second was to eliminate John when he was just a child. As before, the resistance was able to send a lone warrior to protect the boy. It was only a question of which one would reach him first. A very classic, iconic line, actually read by Linda Hamilton in the beginning of Terminator 2. Includes 3 interchangeable heads, tactical vest, pistol, shotgun, rifle, and knife. And finally, just before we open this up, if you open the box itself, on the inside you've got Sarah Connor. Almost looks like she's off to kill Dyson. And on the other side, we've got Sarah Connor with the interchangeable heads, the multiple weapons, and so on. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, though, we're going to get a better look at the NECA Toys Terminator 2 Judgment Day Sarah Connor. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Just before we have a look at Sarah Connor, let's have a look at some of the accessories that come with the figure. First things first. You got yourself, I don't know if it's an M16. Spot doesn't know too much about guns. But it is the rifle that she uses when trying to take out Miles Dyson. A little scope and starts pummeling, shooting at the household. You also get yourself a shotgun. And I believe she also uses this in the steel mill when she's shooting the T-1000 and certainly, yes, runs out of bullets. By the way, this back section here can swing down. Not that you would necessarily ever have her displayed with that per se. I probably would have her just displayed with this up. But even like the bullets, you see that the bullets are also painted quite nicely for a small handgun like this. Not really a handgun, shotgun. And finally, I shouldn't say and finally, there is one other. She does come with a hand pistol. I say not quite finally because she does technically come with a 4th weapon. Just move her arm out of the way here. She comes also with a survival knife, which is packed away there in a little front sheath, a little holster there for the little knife. The knife actually is quite nice too because it's not a very shiny metallic blade. It's very dark in color. It's got this little strap on the end of it. But it fits very easily on the front, just like that. Okay, so having a look at the figure. Figure is fantastic. Couldn't have asked for a better looking figure. In the efforts to always try to find ways to retool and re-release figures, hopefully we can get this Sarah Connor, not necessarily this look of Sarah Connor, but maybe we can also get Sarah Connor from, the medical ward or the hospital where she was staying, the psych ward. That would be kind of cool, because technically you could use this head and just obviously retool a new body. And if this vest was, well, the vest technically is a removable piece in the sense that it is a separate piece from everything else. They could really just color this white, because I think her outfit was white, and then just give her a different change of pants. Yeah, you could also have her from there as well. But the default look of Sarah Connor has her with the goggles, the cap, No, neither is removable. It's a good look for Sarah. I probably wouldn't display her as such, although the only downside, of course, with NECA products, sometimes figures as cool as this, you want to pick up a couple of these just so you can swap out different looks for her. Let's go ahead and pop the head off. Again, this would be the just off per se, Miles Dyson. Just pop the head off there. There's the ball joint. Let's swap it then to the ponytail Sarah. And we'll just apply a little bit of pressure to get that back onto the ball joint. I'm concerned with maybe the length of ball joint. I wish it was maybe a little bit shorter. But we'll just pop that back into place. It is a very long, as you can see, it's a very long ball joint. Well, I didn't get it in all the way, but there's the alternate head. I think of the three, this probably would be my favorite look. Yes, her neck does look a little long, as Spot didn't get the head completely on there. But the likeness is fantastic. The only real Sarah Connor that we could compare it to is the Sarah Connor that we got also from the movie Maniacs line from McFarlane Toys. A far inferior figure, if you ask me. The likeness on this one is, again, spectacular. Does it look like Sarah Connor? Yes. Does it look like Linda Hamilton? Absolutely. Very, very nice looking figure. The third look, and less likely the look I'm going to go with. Once again, we just want to pop the head off. Look how long that ball joint is. Anyways, we're going to just put the third head on here. And again, you just want to wiggle. Oh, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And there you've got Sarah Connor, probably the most easy to see her real face because there's a lot less hiding it. Sarah Connor with her longer hair. Just as a comparison, I'll show you. It's pretty much the same head, just different hair swap. Got the ponytail on the back. This one has the long hair. Entirely your preference as to which way you would want to display her. I think I almost would gravitate though ponytail. That's my choice. Ponytail. As for the rest of her body, mostly all painted black as she's wearing the SWAT outfit. Pocketed pants, also military boots. Some nice little areas of silver that break it up so it's not all black. And then, of course, you've got the handle of the knife that gives it a little bit extra brown. And the dark gray, too. It's not by choice of the toy company to produce a figure like this. They're simply just recreating what was seen on the screen. But as a smaller 6-inch figure goes, you couldn't have asked for a better Sarah Connor. The very muscular, yet very skinny arms Sarah Connor had. Just ripped. You can see that she had worked out considerably for that movie. Yeah, I could not have asked for a better Sarah Connor figure. And hopefully, as I mentioned before, NECA might consider, I hope, would give us also a Sarah Connor from, you know, the hospital, the psych ward hospital. And then you could just really just give her a white t-shirt, kind of just really keeping the one that she has, just change with the pants. And then you could package her with like this head. Or really like the long hair too, you could do either or. As for her posability, Sarah Connor's head is on a ball joint, as you've seen by Spot trying to get the head on there. Shoulders are on hinge ball joints, so they rotate out. Forward and back. She does have a bend in the elbow, which also rotates the forearm. She has a rotation in the wrist. The upper torso, as I can show you, is very nice on a ball joint. Lots of movement there. Ball joint legs, a little more limited going forward. Lots of movement, though, going out. A bend at the knee, which also rotates the lower leg. And finally, not only does she have a pivot in the foot, but it also moves back and forth. Spot is certainly looking forward to having her on display along with Arnie, the ultimate Terminator that we got before. I don't know. I mean, companies, again, always want to try to find ways to re-release figures. You know, making use of, sometimes molds can be pretty expensive. And if you ask me, there's a good opportunity here to give us, you know, Sarah Connor as she escapes the hospital. I can't remember the name of it now, but the hospital in Terminator 2. And then we could get this look for her later. Just a great, solid figure. NECA has just impressed me yet again. Doesn't seem that hard, but they have impressed me yet again with a great release of Sarah Connor. Today's Toy Spot, we were having a look at the NECA Toys Terminator 2 Judgment Day Sarah Connor. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more Toy Spots heading your way. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.